Hello again, this is Willie Falwell, former art teacher at Richfield Senior High School, exhibiting here at the Community Center, which I've probably done numerous times myself and with my students of the past. I have a couple pieces right here. One's a student's and one's mine. I'll talk about mine because it is what I should be discussing. This is a piece of work I did way back when, 1970. It's a silk screen. It's in the category of non-objective, non meaning no, objective meaning objects, no recognizable objects, no meaning or message. It's just simply art for art's sake. They oftentimes refer to artists like that as art sakists. They do art just for the sake of doing art. On the top there we have a piece of artwork. It's one I purchased from one of my former students. It's actually an emulation, paying homage, respect, honor, and tribute to Pablo Picasso. Michaela Hallow Tyler. I want to throw that name in there so she knows I'm talking about her. That technique there is kind of black and white, and it's abstract, whereas I mentioned the one down below was non-objective. This is abstract. Abstract meaning you see a face recognizable, but that face is distorted. So that's what abstract is. I had very little change left when I paid the $100 to the student for this work. I was there throwing out pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, what we call chump change. So it was kind of funny, but that's amazing. I got to get back to her because I made more copies and I want her to have a copy. Of course, my $100 covered the original here. So that was kind of fun. I don't know how many art teachers buy things from their students, but I'm super impressed with some of the works that students of mine have done. So I just wanted to share that with you. Discussing another piece of artwork. This is not my per se whole endearment artwork. It's my sons and their friends did this work. They did kind of the colorful background, and I helped them with superimposing the lettering on the top. Kind of nice piece that we all enjoy. It's got day glow, fluorescent, black light, what have you, paint in there. So if you had a black light on that, that would come alive. Those colors in the background would really just kind of jump right off the canvas. My sons are proud of that work with their friends. Thought I should put that in and let it be in the art show, because my theme is me and mine, not just me, my work, but mine means my art students or my family that even has done some artworks alongside joining me in this here art exhibit. So just wanted to share that with you. And I got on their Beck Son collection. My son Carl, he helped do it, but he's in Tucson. Beck's here in Richfield, so. Willie Falwell here, continuing the virtual tour of my art show, art exhibit. Piece of work I'm going to describe now is one that I really enjoy, kind of a music icon that all my students knew him. I didn't know who Tupac was way back in the day there, but Tupac is a rap artist. It's a drawing that I did. I did the Tupac, the facial, and the body part there. But I had a student of mine did the background. She did this real tiny detail work, and I was glad to share with her on that. So really enjoyed that. And then I always go around thrift shops, secondhand stores, looking for gilded frames. So I'm just infatuated with frames, especially big frames from big major galleries. I should look into that more. I'd like to help make some of those frames, but I'm sure I couldn't afford them. Technique is drawing, shading. Students always ask me, Falwell, what's your best medium that you like? Or I said, well, I enjoy them all. That's why I'm the one teacher here teaching all these things. But if I had to really pinpoint one, I would say drawing is probably the most important thing that I do, because if the mind can't perceive it, you can't achieve it. You got to first get the idea in your mind, and then you can take and portray those thoughts and things in your work. So enjoyed that. Annabelle Huspany, it was Annabelle that did the background. Another student of mine, great art student, she coined Annabelle and I as Fanabelle. So Fan for Falwell and Abel for Annabelle. And I just said, that's fantastic. You can say Fanabelle, Annabelle, whatever. Enjoy that piece of work. Love that piece of work. And that was done in 2014. Tupac. Okay. Now going down below, even dated time, Tupac was 2014. This is something I did in 1979. Angela Davis. Angela Davis was an activist. If you recall names like H. Rap Brown or Stokely Carmichael, it's that era, you know. She was an educator also. And this is an ink wash. The technique's an ink wash where I do a pre-drawing and then I work with different saturations of India ink, from black through the grays to white, that type thing. I really enjoy doing the afro. My one son, I had mentioned there, he had big old afro in his day there. And I enjoy doing it as an artist, trying to incorporate and try to get that true effect of the afro. Some crosshatch that's in there. So kind of enjoyed that piece of work. And then I like the way I framed it there. I cut the frame to fit the afro, kind of. So that was kind of fun. You'll see different things like that I do, just unconventional. Just think of something that never was sometimes and say, why not? And try it out, do it. And sometimes you might have happy accidents, and just enjoy doing all the different media. And continuing the virtual art tour exhibition. This one I want to share with you is a painting done by my son. He did this painting in 2002. It's an acrylic painting on canvas. Spawn, if you're familiar with Spawn comics, that type of thing there, that was his inspiration. Proud of his work, techniques like crosshatch and the blending, the shading, gradations. I'm proud of him. He sells cars now. He should be selling artwork or just doing. He involves himself a little bit, but the potential is there. So just wanted to share that with you. That's one my son did 2002. Titled Spawn. And doing a little culminating here on this art exhibit. I've got in front of me a farewell Falwell when I retired from Richfield after about 32 and a half years. I'm real proud of that. It's huge. It's got just amazing people on there that said their whatever, accolades or that type thing. So I'm real appreciative for that. With the art show, I thank all the students that I ever had, Richfield School District. Without them, there'd be no me. I'd still be an artist, but I probably wouldn't be this far along. Hopefully the art can speak for itself. One thing I do want to mention is I've got here, it's a phrase that I use a lot. That phrase I kind of borrowed from Gladys Knight and the Pips, though. And it's, I kind of altered it a little bit so it fits me real good. And it's, if anyone should ever write my life story, for whatever reasons there might be, on every page, between every line of pain and glory, art is the best thing that's ever happened to me. One thing you can see after having seen all my artworks there is there's a couple things that I lived by in teaching during those years. And one was that we had an umbrella, I'm sure it's still there in the art department, senior high, umbrella of appropriateness or umbrella of apropos. And what does that mean? Students would say, what does that mean? I said, it means art is art, but you got to make choices in art. You got to make good choices over the bad choices. You got to do things that people look at and can appreciate. A lot of times students would go, they said, well, why can't I do this? It's not under that umbrella of appropriateness, upper level thinking, intellectually sound, not done for shock value or put down or prejudicial. And I said, that encapsulates a whole lot there. If you ever look at my work, I don't think you'll see anything that turns you negative. It might be you don't like somebody in the image or something of that nature, but I think you got to keep artworks there above board. I always tell students, I said, do the type of artwork that your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, uncles, your family, all of them could just come and see, admire all the works you inspire. So just wanted to share that with you. I'm so proud of this piece of work. I'll have to try to get it framed someday. It'll be a big frame. But I'm thankful to the community center. Gosh, I've done 2 tours here on the Arts Commission, and it was just great. I enjoyed it through the years of teaching. So I thank you. Without the community center here, there'd be no me here today. So I'm sharing this here art exhibit. I'd like to share more with you in the future. So keep me posted. I'll keep you posted, I should say. Thank you.